Welcome back. I am theundj, and this is Confessing Lies or Telling Stories. It's just another beautiful day in the neighborhood. More fear, more controversy, more lies, more deceptions. And of course, we have more videos to prove it all. You ready? Let's get started.
Probably the bet that little one looks like an entry port right there. The one on the right, that small one, that's probably for a smaller ship. Get a close up of that. What I'd give to get a chance to go up in there. Are you fucking shitting? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I can count 5 different entry points to this alien base. This is the reason why I've stayed in Antarctica so long. Look at this fucking thing. I'm giving an interview about alien bases and one shows up right behind me. This is a daily thing here. This is something that has kept me in Antarctica because I want to know more. And without the proper military support, I can't go deeper into this because this is NATO territory. It's been closed off. But a guy can wonder and a guy can watch from a distance and document. We've got multiple cameras here so that we can try to get this footage and upload this to the internet where everyone can witness this for free. We don't have to hide this anymore. I'm so sick of the government hiding what's really going on here in Antarctica.
The real theory of why Oliver Tree was killed was because he was gonna release a documentary about Antarctica. Oh! Do you know about that? That's the thing, like people don't take him serious. So he was on an interview and he was like, yo, I was in Antarctica playing a gig for like 20 people. But then people, I saw in Reddit, he was gonna drop a whole documentary with his album talking about the conspiracies of Antarctica. And he was saying he found the ice wall and he found an entrance to the hollow earth, Carlos.
On the right, that small one, that's probably for a smaller ship. Get a close up of that.
This is him
What
in
I'd give to
Antarctica.
get a chance to go up in there. Are you fucking shitting? 1, 2, 3, 4.
And he was gonna release this out with the album. And then so this is the intro of the documentary. It got leaked.
I'm not familiar with this character. I'm not going to lie. I told you I really don't do the whole social scene, whatever's trending. I really don't know. But after a quick little deep dive, he happens to be done right when he was just about to start. We all know you start screaming that A word, that Antarctica thing, and bad things can happen to you.
2 kids are playing in the living room before falling asleep. After they fall asleep, something pulls one off the sofa.
Braylon? Braylon? What's happening with your car?
We will never stop running videos that show things we cannot explain. In the world of AI, we have to keep looking. We have to stay diligent. So every clip you see here, I take the time to make sure that it was checked for AI. Of course, you can't be sure. Of course, there's ways to lie, I guess, but I don't know how to do it. So if they say there's no AI, I trust it with you, and then you can tell me what's going on. But this stuff is weird, creepy, and apparently never ending. It's happening all over the world every day.
Flat.
The world is flat.
Confirmed.
Completely flat. Completely flat.
And ice wall? What's beyond the ice wall?
You get to that and you go down and then gravity works in a different direction. So when it rains, it doesn't fall on the floor, it falls up.
Is there another world beyond the ice wall?
Right.
How long have you been flying for?
Like for Delta, 21 years, but maybe like 30 something.
I want to know, because they say the pilots know a lot. Do you think the Earth is flat or no?
I know it's flat.
You know it's flat? How long have you been flying for, you said?
Over 30 years.
And when you tell people that, do they think you're like crazy or no?
Only one person.
Anyone?
I'm not a pilot, and I have not been all over the world. So I can only go by my opinion. But I keep my opinions to myself when it comes to stuff like this because I don't know. What I will say is these are the people you trust to fly you all over the world. These are the people you trust with your life way up in the air. They also spend a great deal of their life way up in the air. So whatever they say they see, we might want to take their word with a little bit more weight than others. Okay, so this is the rude ghost. That's what these are. The snatching, grabbing, and pushing ghost. Okay, these are far more aggressive and rude than the rest of them. So I guess if you gotta have one with some manners. That's ridiculous.
That's why they removed copper from swimming pools, because they realized that copper was so antibacterial that it was completely purifying the water that the people were swimming in without all of the harmful effects of chlorine, which we also know is $1 trillion industry. But also, when the copper was rested in the swimming pools, copper ions were being absorbed into the water, which hold an electrical charge. Therefore, when people were swimming in these pools, their bodies were absorbing this charged water, and we are electrical beings. Therefore, the water that they were swimming in and bathing in was instantaneously healing their bodies. And so if we then think about copper pipes, which are being completely erased, it then makes perfect sense, because the elites realized that when water flows through copper pipes, that water then becomes charged water, creating some of the most powerful water in the world, purifying it to a level no other material can match. This is another reason why farmers would place copper in their livestock's water bowls, because they knew that the copper would keep the water completely pure and charge the water.
I've looked into this a few times in my life, and I'm sorry, but I believe it. The substances that they really took away from us or don't want us to go around or they've deemed dangerous, copper, lead, mercury, these are things that they've demonized. The problem with that is, if used properly, they are invaluable to this world, and the things we can do with it are amazing. And they know this. They didn't just ban it from us. They just took it from us. They still use it. We just can't.
How was that?
The hell was that?
Hello?
Hello?
Who is it? Who is it?
There's no one there.
Oh my god.
Come
I
here.
just get out of the house. Get out of the house.
So someone commented in one of my videos, like the bronzer
highlighter I use, and I use the Milani 05 Soleil. So I'm gonna try that on. And no.
¿Qué quiere?
I think the scariest thing about this is the fact that most of the things like this that happen, we never hear about. The people are either too traumatized or too embarrassed to tell anyone or to show anyone the proof that they have for fear of being ridiculed. Being terrorized in your own home is crazy, but there are a lot of us going through this.
Everyone will suffer.
To the after party tonight. Yeah!
Just a reminder of the kind of monsters that are out here. Way too young, highly inappropriate. Just give the award and shut up.
Watch his eyes. Watch his eyes.
If that's an optical illusion, then it's a damn good one. I'm looking at the eyes, and even what's supposed to be the whites of his eyes seem to be moving along with the eyes. And by the time I watched it the second time, I could have sworn I saw the head move a little bit. Creepy.
So this guy has been swearing up and down since the 90s that he got abducted by the Pleiadians. That's right, abducted by aliens. He has some pretty wild theories that he spent a few hours up there and then he came back to Earth and it was 90 days. He also says that 2 Pleiadians that he speaks to have said that there's reptilians that have been living on Earth for hundreds of years, if not thousands. And they have a really long lifespan. But get this, they're eating the babies. All the children that go missing, that's apparently where they go, according to him. He also says it's a massive cover-up, the government knows about it, and the elites help them get the babies. Very similar to David Icke and Alex Jones theories, but he's been on about this for decades. This is one of those ones that sounds absolutely bonkers. What do you think?
I looked into it, and first of all, it's true. Dude has been trying to tell people what he saw and what's going on for a long time. Some believe him, some don't. But with everything we're going through now, with all these disclosures and declassification and releases that all these governments in various countries are doing, everybody's starting to pay attention to him again, because now he doesn't sound crazy anymore. Now they want to listen. Now it might be a little bit too late, though.
They said a man was attacked by a bear. Hey, y'all know what that means, right? When he got attacked by that bear, I think that was his supper.
¿Qué hora son ahorita? ¿Qué hora son? Son como las 1 de la mañana. 1 o 2 de la madrugada. Espera, Alberto, voy a ver. ¿Y ese qué será? Espera, a ver. Son las...
If I had to pick one of these clips to be in, if I had to be a victim of any one of these clips, it would be impossible to pick. Because from the first one to the last one was terrifying. I do know one thing. I absolutely know nothing about bears except for what they look like. And if I see one, I'm not playing dead. I'm out of there. He's going to have to get me. I understand they say they're fast, but he's going to show me that. I'm out of there by instinct. This doesn't, even though I know nothing, this doesn't look like what a bear can do. That's how confident I know that's not a bear, because I know nothing about bears and I can tell you a bear didn't do that. Something else did. Not a bear.
Did you know that during 2021, while we were all locked down at home during COVID-19, that our government in the United States was paying researchers to investigate 2 of the 36 poisons that were found in all COVID patients, and they injected them into mammals and created within 72 hours glioblastoma tumors. Right. And then they were paid by our government to see if they could reverse glioblastoma tumor formation that they created in 3 days or less. And do you know what they dissolved within 72 hours glioblastoma tumors with? Nicotine. Did you know nicotine is a published cure for Parkinson's disease, MS, Alzheimer's, ulcerative colitis, all arthritises, all of them. Psoriatic, gout, osteo, rheumatoid. Did you know it's also a published cure? I already mentioned it, myocarditis. So I just mentioned a whole bunch of medical conditions that are improved with nicotine or prevented or cured and published to do so. Did you know that autism traits? Yeah. They've already investigated nicotine patches between the shoulder blades of all children and adults, and within 7 days they see improvements in all their symptoms.
Now, before you start unsubscribing and thinking I'm trying to push smoking, I'm not. I'm not trying to push cigarettes. I'm not trying to push tobacco. None of those words were mentioned like that. This is about nicotine. As a species, we have a really bad habit of not respecting our own language, at least here in America. We have a really bad habit of using words interchangeably that should not be used. Okay? For instance, if somebody walks up and say, yo, that dude over there is psychotic, you're not thinking he has a mental condition that's been diagnosed and blah, 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 blah. No, you're going to think he's either dangerous or crazy, because that's how we use that word. But people who are psychotic are not always dangerous. They're not always crazy. They just, because you know that a lot of people who've done bad things ended up being psychopaths. That's why we say that. So in here, when you hear nicotine or tobacco, a lot of us like to use that interchangeably. That's not the case. Tobacco is the plant, okay? There are a lot of things in this plant, especially if you smoke it, that can do a lot of harmful things to you. Nicotine, on the other hand, it's one of the chemicals in the plant. This is the part that makes you want the cigarette. This is the part that makes you addicted, okay? But it is not responsible for any of the harmful effects of smoking, tobacco, cancer stuff, none of that. Nicotine is just highly addictive. So this is true. And when you think about another plant that's the same way, that has a highly addictive 3-letter compound in it, but what do we find out? That plant can be used for medicinal purposes. That's all I'm saying here. So don't think anybody's pushing tobacco, cigarettes, or anything. We gotta stop them from demonizing things, and then we just accept it. Nicotine is not bad in and of itself. Where it comes from and how it's used usually, that's the harmful part. The other side of the room is not far enough to run. It's time to go. You just clearly saw this, whatever it was, lean on your bed and leave some handprints there like it's Thanksgiving or something, and they trying to give a gift to their parents kind of stuff. No. All right? You don't say, and then run to the other side of the room and keep filming. You just run. You don't look back. If it's going to catch you, let it catch you. But you got to go.
Just shift up there because it looks like I've added a girlfriend to my collection, ladies and gentlemen. There's a room for both of us in here. Are you sure? Yes.
She wants to stay in London.
She wants to stay. I've got myself a girlfriend. Well, it's one of my girlfriends. So she has something to say back, which is...
This is my boyfriend.
Oh, so she said it. She said it, you see. First of all, ladies and gentlemen, I must tell you that it would appear that I've been adopted by my friend here, who has not left me alone all day and doesn't look like she's going to leave me alone all night.
This clip shows JS calling children his girlfriend, and even gets the little girl to call him boyfriend. At the time, this was played off as harmless banter, but after his death in 2011, investigations revealed decades of abuse. Over 400 victims came forward, with ages ranging as young as 5. Many people now look back at old footage and look at this in a very different light. Was this just hiding in plain sight all along, or just seen differently back then?
It's very disturbing that this particular dude, not him specifically, but this particular dude is in every country. Like on every TV station, everywhere, somewhere, there's a dude like this on TV in every country who does this kind of thing, whether it be with adults or children. There's always that inappropriate host who everybody loves and admires, and they don't see how disturbing the behavior is until it's too late.
¿Qué es eso? Mira la fuente. Está explotando.
Cool. Holy fucking shit, guys.
Lightning's been around for a very long time, and we understand no more about it now than we did then. I know people like to sit there and make it seem like they do. Speak smart, oh, we've applied it, it's this times that, math and whatever. They don't know. They can't tell you anything about lightning. Lightning pretty much does whatever it wants to. And all they do is document, research, and try to understand it. But it's one of those phenomenons that's just crazy. But it's amazing how throughout history, it's almost like lightning seems alive. Now, the first time I watched this, I'm like, well, this is stupid. What's so good about two people standing out there in the snow and you just happen to be catching it? And then I saw that he's in a plane. And I was like, oh, cool. Well, you're in a plane. And then you saw two people in the snow. But then I realized how low that plane would have to be. And so I took a better look. That is not the ground. That's not snow. That is above the clouds. So why are people standing on top of clouds where an airplane can kind of just see them? That's the scary part. So what is this? Explain it to me. Because it's not just two figures sitting there. I saw the two shadows there, which means they're standing there. Somebody's there. Something's there. But that is not the ground, nor is that snow. That is above the sky, above the clouds, in a plane. And you want to film the sky, and this is what you see. Not good.
This is why you always put a towel on the handle in your hotel before you sleep. But I'm curious, what would you do in this situation? What the is that? If you look over that, I'm really crying for help.
This is a real thing, and it does happen. If you don't know about them, I suggest you go out there and get one. It's less than $10. It's called a portable lock. All right. It's a little contraption that fits inside the lock, and then you lock it on the back. Basically, it's a safety lock, and it's portable. You take it everywhere you go. It works on almost any door. Do not trust these hotel rooms, okay? They have ways to get in there, even with little top lock on. I mean, at most it's a little chain or it's magnetic. They can override it. Bring your own portable lock. You can go on Amazon. They're all over the place. Get the one that fits you. But the one that's going to come up is going to have like a little red triangle thing and a chain attached, and this little metal piece is going to be rectangle with two different lock fits in it. You place it into the lock, and they can't do it. They can't open the door. I've tried it. I'm a big dude. I'm strong. But I've been using them for years, and everywhere I go, I take one. You're not just going to walk in on me. I suggest you go get one because this is real. Oh, and he should have opened the door and found out what they wanted. You want to get in here so bad, come on in, bro.
I'm telling y'all, they always tell you right to your face, wake up.
I can wear her skin over mine, her hair over mine, her hands as gloves, her teeth as confetti, her scalp a cap, her sternum my bedazzled cane. We can pose for a photograph, all three of us, immortalized. You and your perfect girl. I don't know when love became elusive. What I know is no one I know has it.
That audio came out before this video came out. Or this video. Could she be referring to you know who?
There's nothing surprising here. All she did was tell the complete truth in an ominous and dramatic way. That's it. Hey, this is what I do. This is part of my daily routine. And her hair and teeth. Man, come on. We know. We know you can wear skin. We watch you all do it all the time. Good for you.
Stay alert. This is a new trick kidnappers are using. A man approached a woman on the roadside pretending to ask for directions. she barely looked at him and kept walking. He quickly changed targets. This time he stopped a schoolgirl on her way to class. She paused and tried to help, pointing him in the right direction. While talking, he stepped closer and held a book up in front of her face. It looked normal, but it had been treated with a substance meant to make someone dizzy. After she walked away, she started to feel weak. Her steps slowed, her head dropped, and she was losing control. Then, the same woman who ignored the man earlier suddenly rushed in, acting like she wanted to help, but someone nearby had been watching the whole time. A woman dressed in white noticed something was wrong. She realized both of them were working together. It was planned. When she stepped in and threatened to call the police, they panicked and ran off before they could take the girl.
Of course, you always know that I have a reason, a method to my madness. I put this clip in because I need to remind you that the biggest threat in history to this planet and to each other has been us. Okay? Not the paranormal, not aliens, not monsters, not the elite. Us. Just every day, walking down the street, in parking lots. Keep your eyes open. All right? With this situation right here, you're going to have to just be a butthole. And I understand people don't want to be rude. You're like, oh, well, you don't want to be rude to people. Man, look, it is 2026. There is no reason for anyone to be asking you for directions. Every device we have has that map stuff on it and can tell you where to go. Well, not everybody has cell phones, but then you just need to be a butthole and say, I can't help you. They're right with this. They are using biological warfare against us. Once you knock out, you don't know where you're going to wake up. So be the butthole. If they don't have a phone, then it's time to just not trust them. And I'm sorry to say that because I understand there's people who can't afford phones. Not my problem personally. Safety first. So if someone doesn't have a way to find directions, they're going to have to find somebody a little less smart than you, a little more trusting than you. Do not do it, okay? Make them find their own directions. If they don't have a phone, something's wrong with them. And I hate the fact that we had to think like that, but we do now, all right? That's going to do it. I always try to leave you something to think about, something to remember, something to have nightmares about. But we do our thing. Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, long form content, we do our thing. Short form every day. I just want to put the word out. All right. Tell a friend, tell two. Again, tell them about what we do. Let's get the word out there because here we're about truth. We're about learning. And my community is awesome. All of them are smarter than me. Go figure. I love it. Until the next time, I am theundj. This is Confessing Lies and Telling Stories, and I'm out.